Well, welcome to Arctic Pythons. It's been a while since we did a video, since our unboxing. As you know, the world's been hectic. My heart goes out to everyone out there, the Black community. You know, I feel terrible about what happened. I'm not going to get into the political side of it, but it's just terrible. I mean, we're all people. We should love one another and care about one another. And in my mind, we're all God's children in the end. We all bleed red. Anyways, here at Arctic Pythons, we're checking out Asia. She's our amelanistic, 50% Kalatoa super dwarf. And you'd look at her and say, oh, she's just a baby, right? No, she's not. She's actually a year old. And she eats small rats. I got a freezer full of them right there. But what's amelanistic? I've talked about it in the other videos a little bit before. And I come across some new information from one of Jay at Prehistoric Pets videos. And there's probably a lot more people out there that know more about it than I do, but it was interesting to me. Okay, an Amel basically is an albino, but it's a white albino, okay? But then you have, your Clark strain albinos, which are, purples, your regular albino, and your white albino. And Amel is not supposed to be compatible with the Clark strain white albinos. But however, Jay was saying, which if you've watched Jay at Prehistoric Pets, he was saying that they've bred so much through, so many lines of mainland reticulated pythons and down through the generations, into dwarfs, which would be your Celears, your Jampayas, which would be your dwarfs, and then your smaller islands with, which would be Coyote or Kalatoa, or there's tons of others actually. But anyways, down into your super dwarfs, that sometimes they have bred Amel to a white albino Clark strain and produced basically a white albino. Now, whether that's happened or not, I don't know. They're not supposed to be compatible at all. I don't know. I can't see color anyways. I have to ask my wife. I wear a lot of blacks and whites. My favorite color is red and yellow because I can see that. Maybe that's why I'm attracted to Amel. Anyhow, any of you leave in the comments that knows more about that, let me know. It's an interesting topic. But let's talk about reticulated pythons, particularly super dwarfs being mean. Are they mean? No, they're not mean, they're defensive. Not all of them are extremely defensive at first, but a lot of them as babies, anything that's a baby, even the leopard gecko upstairs that's a month old bites the hell out of me. Because everything, is trying to kill them or trying to attack them in the wild. Now, Asia, I have had personally, like I said, she's a year old. I got her when she hatched. And I've worked with her constantly. Like, I pick these animals up. Tegan's fairly new, and she's a little bit more skittish, a little more, what I mean by skittish is she's a little more defensive than Asia was. But if you look at Asia, if you're able to read the posture of the animal, you can tell what mood they're in, what temperament, what mode they're in. Now Asia, I've had her out for a second. She got a little bit of small tongue flicks right there. But she's just curious. She peed all over upstairs, making my wife just happy as hell. But Asia, right now she's I've let her sit for a second, so she's gone back into kind of a curiosity mode, and now she's giving me the longer tongue flicks, and she's a a little bit cocked back, but that's just mostly because she's hanging on. She's still giving me the longer tongue flicks. Huh, girl? So, if you can read those modes, watch all the content available out there. Garrett Hartle's really good. God, there's so many that are just good, that teach you so many things. Really study how to read this behavior. Nerd, Kevin at Nerd. Then you can learn how to have a great relationship with these. Now Asia here, let's unwind her a little bit. She likes being coiled around my hand here. Okay, here she is. Now I've got her kind of moving again. She's still kind of holding on, which tells me she's unsure of what's going on right now. I got her down here kind of by a heat source, so that's going to be a big picture in her mind. All those things you got to remember. Did I wash my hands when I just fed? All those things. I wash my hands before I come down. Mess with any snake, because I don't know how they're going to react to whatever I was holding or doing before. Their sense of smell by picking up particulates in the air is way greater than humans. So remember that. But if you can read the basic 4 things, modes that reticulated pythons are in: feeding mode, defensive mode, etc., etc., then you can have a great experience with her, with any of them. But I just wanted to share that with you, show you that no, they're not. Obviously she doesn't like my hand too much in her face, but if I approach her a different way, come behind her, I can pet her on the head, kind of pulls away. She was saying, Dad, I don't like that. But, you can have an awesome snake, and this snake, being 50% super dwarf, is probably still going to get, 9 feet long, 10 foot long, and be a powerful animal. She's powerful for how small she is right now. So this is Asia. If you want to make any comments, anything like that, leave me some comments. I'd be happy to comment back. Love you guys. Hang on. We'll all make it through this. Remember, we're all Americans. That's what we are. It shouldn't be this Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter thing. All lives matter, okay? Everyone's life matters. So from Arctic pythons, I leave that to you. And I tell you all I love you, and have a great day. Until next time.